Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, also by the way, Merry Christmas or Merry December. Whatever. I haven't done a voiceover since it became December, so because the past 3 videos that I've released have actually been pre-recorded, I had to go to Copenhagen, so I've not done any voiceovers since like Friday or something, so I haven't had the opportunity to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, even though it's not fully Christmas yet, but it is December, so when do you say that? Do you say that when it turns December? I'm not really sure. But anyways, in case that's the whatever, Merry Christmas. So, I'm super excited, by the way, because today we are building a family home that is decorated for Christmas. I really wanted to build one of these because I was actually streaming the other day, when was that, Monday, I think, and we were building on something that's supposed to be like not a full-on mansion, but it's definitely a bigger family home, and it's got lights everywhere. It's supposed to be very decorated for Christmas, all decked out and, you know, all that stuff. But the lights just took me so long to place down that I didn't manage to finish the house. Like, we barely got started with the interior because the lights took so long to place. So I wanted to build something like it, but maybe a little bit smaller for the channel instead. So that is what we're doing today. We're building this family home that's a little bit smaller than the other one. This is built on a 30 by 20. It's built in Windenburg and it's in the foresty area, if you hadn't noticed already. There are 4 different areas in Windenburg and they're all quite different from each other, but this one is definitely one of my favorite areas to build in. It's just so pretty. Even though I would not want to live in this sort of area in real life, I don't like the thought of living in the forest because it freaks me out a little bit, not gonna lie. Like, it's a little bit creepy, so I wouldn't want to live here in real life, but it's definitely, like, looks-wise, aesthetics-wise, it's definitely one of my favorite areas in the game, especially in Windenburg, so that is where we're building today. We're also building a Tudor house because I figured Tudor houses are perfect for this sort of theme that we're going for. The interior is extremely decorated. I'm just warning you guys. I did tweet this, by the way. Also, if you're not following me on Twitter, you should. I don't know why you should, but you should. So there's a link to my Twitter down below in the description. But I might be overcompensating a bit because I literally have like 2 Christmas elves and that's it. That's all the Christmas decor I have. I have a light bulb chain around my mirror, but it's always there. I also have another light bulb chain that I might put on my terrace, but other than that, I got none. So I might be overcompensating just a little bit, but I just can't justify buying Christmas decor when I don't even have all the furniture for my apartment. It doesn't really make sense in my head. Like, I love Christmas, I love to decorate for Christmas, but I just can't justify it, so unfortunately I barely have anything, so that's just how it is. But that's why I'm overcompensating just a little bit in this house. I do hope you guys like it though. So this was built on a 30 by 20, I think I said that before. I actually don't like to build on lots that are wider instead of longer. I feel like it's difficult to fit in a garden or a backyard or anything like that when you're building on a lot that's wide instead of long. That's just how I feel about it. I know that there are some of you guys out there that have the opposite opinion, but that's actually why I didn't really manage to fit in a proper garden. They do have a swing and also a picnic table. I think there's a couple of snow pals outside too, but other than those little things, they don't have much. There's a lot of decor outside though, so they got that going for them, but for summertime, I mean, would you want to play in this house during summer anyways? You know you can easily swap out houses in The Sims 4, so you may just want to play in this house during Christmas, and that's that. You may not want to redecorate the whole house when Christmas is over. I feel like that would be a little bit too much. But yeah, so they don't really have much of a garden, but to be honest, during Christmas, which is winter in the game, I think, or can you move that to summer? I'm not actually sure if that works or if it works like that. I don't know, let me know if it works like that. I haven't tried. But anyways, Christmas for me is during winter, obviously, as I live in the northern hemisphere, so it wouldn't make much sense to be outside anyways because it's cold. So yeah, that's my excuse for that. But anyways, so this house has room for 2 parents, 1 teen, and also a kid. The kid and the teen live on the 2nd floor. I did have to cut off some of this. You'll see that later on when I do the floor plan, or actually when I start decorating that room, because they had this very long corridor to the window and it just was so frustrating. So I had to cut a part of that corridor out because I could not decorate that. So you'll see that later on though once we get to that room. But they also have this little renovated area on the right side of the house if you look at the house from the front. So that's where I ended up putting the dining area. Actually, the furniture in that part of the house is not renovated at all. It still looks old. It looks like it could fit in with the other furniture in the house, but I thought it would look really nice actually if, like during when it's not snowy, I thought it would look really nice to have this renovated area on the right side, so that's why I put it there. You can't really see it right now, but there is glass roofing, so the Sims should be able to sit at the dining table and look up into the sky. So maybe not when it's snowy, but at least when it's not snowy, you'll be able to, or your Sims will be able to sit there and look at the stars. I think that's really cute. And then they also got some big windows to let in more lights as well, and also so they can sit there and look at the trees, because that is just, I don't know, there's something really nice and tranquil about that, I think. So you might have noticed that I cut out a lot of me placing down the lights, but that's just because it took so long. And also this video is quite long as it is. It's over 30 minutes, which by the way, considering I haven't done a voiceover since Friday or Thursday, is a bit of a pain to me. Not going to lie. I feel like if you don't do voiceovers at least every other day, or this is how I feel about it, I just feel rusty when I return to doing voiceovers. I don't know what it is. If you do like several voiceovers in a row, you're on a roll, you know, but then when you take a break, it's like it doesn't really function anymore. It doesn't really work. So I might be struggling through this one today. I hope it's gonna go well though, so I won't mess up anything. But anyways, so we're decorating the exterior a little bit now with some decor that came with seasons most likely. I think there's a couple of pieces from the holiday stuff pack too, which is free and it's on Origin by the way, so if you haven't downloaded that, you definitely should. It comes with both like traditional Christmas decor, I want to say, and also some Diwali stuff. There's some Australia or Southern Hemisphere inspired Christmas decor pieces. And what else did it come with? I think there are some Scandinavian pieces as well, or at least in my opinion, they look kind of Scandinavian, even though it's not fully, like it's not full on Christmas decor, or did they? Yeah, they did come with the update. It's not full-on Christmas decor, it's mostly winter inspired, I think, and the team also didn't say that it was Scandinavian inspired, but to me it looks like it is, so that's what I'm gonna call it. But if you haven't downloaded that pack for free, you definitely should on Origin. It's somewhere on the list of stuff packs somewhere. Or you can find it if you go to your main menu in your game too. I think there's an icon for it, so I can definitely recommend downloading that. It's completely free. And there's a lot of cute pieces in that pack as well. So we're starting out with the dining room because I really wanted to set the mood for the rest of the house. So this room is overly decorated. Just ignore the pieces that are hanging from, or the decor, whatever, that are hanging from the ceiling right now. I do realize that they can't really hang there because there's a glass roof. So I changed that a little bit. I fixed it in a little bit. So don't worry about that, but just for now, just ignore them. I wanted to make sure that they had a fireplace in here. I was kind of considering putting a bit of a more contemporary looking fireplace in here, but then I changed my mind and just decided to go full on, or full out with, what's it called? Full on? Whatever. With traditional pieces instead. So we're going for this fireplace, which I believe is from the holiday stuff pack, actually, or it's from Seasons, not fully sure. But it's one of those fireplaces that you can't really use outside of Christmas in the game, so when it's Christmas, you gotta use it basically. So yeah, but it's a really cozy little, or it's not actually a small dining room, it's pretty big to be honest. There's a lot of space around the table too. I decided to go for one of the round ones because I thought that would be a little bit more Like, there's something really nice about the round tables because everyone can look at each other when you're eating. If you're eating at a very long table, the people at one end of the table might not be able to talk to the people at the other end of the table, but if you're sitting at a round table, everyone can talk to each other, which is really nice. So I decided to go for that one. Yes, I thought about that. And I also put a Christmas tree in there. They got some decor on the walls as well. I also put a Christmas tree in the living room actually, and they also have a Christmas tree outside. So they got 3 Christmas trees overall. That's pretty impressive in my opinion. Also, by the way, on the stream, I was taught what a nutcracker is and what it's for, because I didn't know. We don't really have them in Denmark, at least not as far as I'm aware. I've never had one either, so I honestly did not know. Like, I was assuming they'd be for nut cracking or cracking nuts, but I wasn't really sure, to be honest, even though it's kind of in the name. But I was sitting like, what are nutcrackers for? Because I don't really know. It turns out they're actually for cracking nuts, so I guess I was right about that, but I wasn't really sure how you use it. Apparently you put the nut in the mouth or something. I don't really know. I'm still not fully certain on how it works. Like I said before, we don't really have them in Denmark. Like, nutcrackers are not really a thing. I think there are some families out there possibly who use them or have them as decor pieces, but my family has never had them. I've never seen anyone in my extended family have a nutcracker like that, like the ones over in the corner right now. So I was a little bit perplexed about them, a little bit confused, like, what are they for? Anyways, but the chat at stream, or during the stream told me, so thank you for that. Thank you for the explanation. And then I love these little reindeers. They came with seasons, and I sized them down. They got 2 over here in the corner too. They got a couple outside as well, but I chose to size them down and raise them up with a 9 key so I could place them on the dining table. They're just so cute. I hope it doesn't do anything for gameplay, because the hitbox, or whatever you want to call that, around the decor or around the reindeers might not have been made smaller, if that makes any sense. Like, it might not have been minimized, but or reduced, I should say. But I hope, yes, I hope it still works. Like, I hope everything with the dining table still works, because it would be a shame to have to delete those reindeers. They're so cute, especially sized down. They're just so cute. So, and now we're on to the kitchen. The kitchen was a little bit of a weird shape, I want to say. The whole house, actually, the floor plan was not easy to figure out. I feel like I've had a lot of issues with floor plans these days. I don't know what that's about. It's a little bit worrying, not gonna lie, but it'll get better at some time or at some point. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but have had some issues lately. Don't really know what that's about. It'll get better. Maybe it's because I've been building so many tiny houses lately, and floor plans for tiny houses are pretty, I want to say pretty easy to do, just because every room has to be small and you just kind of have to like cut off the room where you have to, basically. I don't know. Floor plans for tiny houses are not necessarily supposed to be super realistic either, but when it comes to bigger houses, I do like to at least try to make it realistic. I'm not an architect, so they'll never be, from an architect's yes, point of view, they'll never be correct, because I know nothing about like designing houses or anything, but I do like to make them look just a little bit realistic, at least in my opinion. But yeah, tiny houses is a different case. You just kind of have to do what you gotta do. So, but I was trying a little bit with this one. I was just struggling kind of with the shape of the kitchen, because I wanted to make sure they had a full kitchen. It's not a small house, it's not a big house either, it's a medium-sized house. So I wanted to make sure that they had both like everything basically, including a microwave. I think they also have a tea brewer, but I might have taken it out actually, don't fully remember. So I did clutter up a fair amount of the counters here, but because there is this island part of the kitchen that's not actually an island, there are 3 normal counters. Your Sims can cook on those, so there is a free counter to cook on, don't worry, even though it looks overcluttered. There is a free space for your Sims to cook on, so the kitchen should be working just fine. And then I also placed a dining table in the kitchen actually. There are 2 bar stools as well by the island counters that I put over on the left side by the closet over here. So your Sims can actually sit in the kitchen and have breakfast or, I don't know, late night food or something. If they don't want to make a full-on meal and sit in the dining room, they can sit in the kitchen. I feel like that's quite realistic for this sized house as well. So yeah, like a breakfast area basically. So, and then of course when I was done fixing the whole layout, I decided to decorate a little bit as well. So they have some nutcrackers here and there. I think I used some of the decor from the more Scandinavian looking update that we got. We haven't actually gotten a Christmas update this year, so I think there's a Maxis Monthly sometime during December. I don't know exactly when, but there should be one, so they might show us some stuff that's going to be added to that update. They might not show us stuff, so I'm not going to promise anything. Don't take my word for it, but they might. They might also not. I don't know anything. Just pointing that out, like I know nothing. But I'm kind of hoping that we'll get some stuff for that update. It's always cool to get free stuff, you know? So anyways, and also I just like the different things they add to that update, also because a lot of it is very like from different cultures. Like there was the Chinese Lunar New Year too, and then we got the Diwali stuff as well. So it's just nice for them to add different cultures to that update. I think it's just, I don't know what other word to use than nice. It's awesome. There you go. So it looks like I actually skipped out on the tea brewer, which is very disappointing because what machine or appliance do you need to make hot chocolate in The Sims 4? I know we have hot chocolate. I just don't remember what appliance it comes from. Is it the coffee maker or is it the tea brewer or is it something completely different? Let me know because I need to place that in every build I do this month. Just because all my Sims or all your Sims deserve hot chocolate, so let me know. So we've moved on to the living room now. I do feel like this living room there's something really big about this living room. I also think it doesn't help that the walls, I decided to go for the medium wall height, which I don't usually do. I tend to stick to the shortest walls just because I like when everything is sort of cramped together a little bit. I've said that multiple times in my past videos, but it's cozy. So, but for this one, I decided because of the windows that I'm using, they're from Discover University. It just looks like they look better on medium-sized walls, if that makes sense. So I changed the house a little bit, but everything just feels kind of big now. Like there's a lot of space in these rooms because of the walls. It also means we got more wall space to put Christmas decor on, so there is that. That's pretty awesome. But I ended up decorating this room quite a bit, I want to say. So you can at least see the wall right here. They got some garlands and some, I don't even know what those things are called. The curtains are from Seasons 2. They're quite Christmas inspired, I want to say. I actually forgot that we had them until I saw a picture on Twitter and I was like, oh right, those are a thing. I need to use them for this build. Yes, because I never use them for other builds because they look way too Christmassy to use them in everyday builds, in my opinion. Maybe they come in a white swatch and I can try to use them for something else, but the red and green swatch is definitely a little bit on the too Christmassy side to use them in like normal houses. So I tend to sway away from them, but because we are building or decorating a very Christmassy house today, of course I had to use them. So the lighting in here, I also changed the color of the lamp. So I think I gave it a more orange tint to it. I think I did the same in the dining room actually, just to make it look a little bit warmer, more cozy. And then I also decided to add this cat tree and a toy box for a cat too, and also a food bowl in the dining room and a Roomba, what's it called? One of those robotic vacuum cleaners, whatever, hoovers, as well in the kitchen. So they got room for a cat. I think I ended up putting a cat tree in the teens room, and there's possibly also a bed, like a pet bed, in the parents' bedroom. So you could possibly have room for a dog and a cat. I forgot a litter box. I'm gonna fit in a litter box before I upload this to the gallery. It's because I decorated the last one of the bathrooms after I'd done all the landscaping, so I just completely forgot to add a litter box, but I'll fix that before uploading this to the gallery. Don't worry about that. So, but yeah, I forgot a litter box. Surprise! Anyways, but you can fit in a cat and a dog, I want to say. There is also I think there's also a toy box outside, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken about that though, but we'll see that later on once we get back to the exterior and do some landscaping and stuff. I had to do that during summer too because you can't actually see what the plants look like in the winter because they're covered by snow and they're kind of dead too. So I had to swap to summer for that, but I hope that's okay with you guys. So yeah, as you can see in here, a lot of Christmas decor. I think the living room turned out quite nice. It's very cozy, a little bit messy, lots of toys, and just very Christmassy too. So here we got the first one of the bedrooms. So this is the parents' bedroom. It's on the ground floor, and I was, again, like, this room is so big. I don't know what's going on with the floor plan in this house, but actually it's not. It's an okay sized bedroom. Like, it's not too big either, but it's just bigger than my past builds. I feel like as soon as it's more than 4x4, now I freak out a little bit and I don't know what to put in the rooms because I've been building so many tiny houses. Like, everything else just seems so grand. So anyways, especially with the medium-sized walls as well. But it's pretty cozy in here. I decided to put this kind of like gallery shelf up or above the bed. So they have some pictures that are supposed to look like they're kind of resting on the shelves, and then I put a whole lot of candles on the shelves too because I thought that would be really cozy. I think some of them are from the Diwali update as well. I hope it's okay that I use them. They're quite cute and they come in a lot of different swatches colors, so they're just really nice. And then I also used some of the ones that look a little bit more Christmassy, and yeah, it's just, there's a lot of candles up there. I love candles, by the way. Like, candles are amazing. So I currently we have calendar candles, I want to call them, in Denmark. So basically they got, okay, so our Christmas is on the 24th in the evening, and calendar lights are basically, or calendar candles are basically big candles with 24 numbers on them. So you lit the candle every day and make sure it goes past. So for example, because it's the 4th today, I have to burn it down so it's at the 4th number. So yesterday I burned it down because it was the 3rd. I burned it down to number 3. So it's like a calendar, but it's a candle. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've missed having one of those when I was in Scotland, so I'm really excited about having one of them. And I light it every evening, and it's really cozy. And yeah, I have that on my shelf behind me, so I'm super excited about lighting that tonight as well. So, or lighting up the lit up the candle. I don't know how to say that, but you guys get my point anyways. So I'm really happy about candles. They're so cozy. I think it's the Scandinavian in me that's just kind of like, yes, the Scandinavian in me. I'm full-on Scandinavian, so I don't know what that was about. Anyways, moving on to the bathroom on the ground floor. There's another bathroom on the 2nd floor. There's also a laundry room here on the ground floor, but I decorated that off camera. And actually, I also put a study here on the ground floor, but because the video is so long, I decided to decorate that off camera too. Because I think when I was done decorating everything, I had like 3.5 hours of footage. So I still had to do the landscaping, and I decided to just skip the study or the library, whatever you want to call that, and move on to the landscaping. So when I was done with the landscaping, I had about 4 hours of footage, which I know is going to be a very long video. So I decided to just decorate the library, study, whatever you want to call that, and also the laundry room and the upstairs bathroom off cam. I hope that's okay with you guys anyways. I do know that they're not the most exciting rooms, so I hope it was okay that I cut those out, or I purposely neglected to record those rooms. I hope that's okay with you guys, because yeah. Anyways, the video would have turned out a lot longer than it already is, and that's just, I know that some of you guys don't mind, but some of you also do, so I'm trying to find middle ground here. Also, I can't do voiceovers that are crazy long either because I'll run out of things to talk about, so there you go. So we moved on to the upstairs now. This is where you can see I kind of cut off the corridor because there was this very long piece of the house, I don't know, piece of the room, whatever, hallway to the window, and I was just sitting here looking at it like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, is the Sim supposed to walk all the way to the window to sit at a desk, or I don't know, something else? So I decided to just completely cut it off. I hope that's okay, but it looks a little bit funny when you're looking at the house from the top, at least, like bird view looking down on the house, the floor plan. It looks okay from the outside though, you can't really see much, so yeah, I think it's okay. It looked weird without it being cut off as well, so hopefully you saw that just before. So this is for a teen who is very into music. I decided to give them a piano or keyboard and also 3 guitars because it's been a while since I've done a room for a creative teen, I think. So I was just really in the mood for it. I was like, either they're into, I don't know, something else, or they're into music. They could also be an artist of some sort. I could have fit in an easel or a couple of easels, but I also feel like I did something for an artistic sim not too long ago, so I think it's been a while since I've done anything for a musician. I might be mistaken. I might have made one of the students in my student's tiny house Friday a musician too, but I'm just gonna ignore that. So anyways, they also have a couple of fancy cameras here, so maybe they're into photography too or something like that. So I saw this white thing here next to the candle. I don't know what it is. It looks like a frozen tree or a frozen plant or something. Don't fully know what it is. It's a decor, it's a decoration, but it's really pretty. I randomly saw it. I think it's from the holiday stuff update pack, whatever you want to call that. I think it's from that pack. But I just randomly saw it when I was trying to find some other decor, so I knew that I had to use it for something because it's so pretty. I wish I had something like that in real life, honestly. I would put it on my dining table and it would look majestic. It's so pretty. So I put it in the teens room on their desk, so they have a little nice decor piece right there. And then we're moving on to the child's bedroom. I was trying to make this as green and red as possible, so I actually ended up swapping the bed out with this one, even though I was trying to use the one from Kids Room Stuff Pack, just because it goes really well with the rest of the furniture, whereas this one is a little bit more, I want to say on the rustic side, kind of. It's a little bit more cottagey for some reason. I feel like it just suits cottages. I mean, I suppose it suits the house then, because it is kind of like a Tudor cottage sort of vibe that we're going for the exterior too. But when it comes to the rest of the furniture in this room, I definitely think style-wise, the Kids Room Stuff Pack bed would have gone better with it, but color scheme wise it wouldn't, because I wanted this room to be green and red, obviously, as those are the Christmas colors. So I also found out that one of the little swatches, or one of the swatches of this little thing, model thing, figurine thing that's from Discover University is actually an elf, so I had to use that one because elves have something to do with Christmas, and I thought it was so cute, plus it's red and green too. I mean, it's perfect. But other than that, I just placed down a lot of decor, a lot of clutter, and also a lot of toys for the kids. So they have a fair amount of stuff to do. I don't know if I just accidentally cut something off or if I just stopped recording, but you'll see pictures at the end of the video anyways. And we have moved on to the rest of the exterior. So some landscaping. You can see I swapped to summer now, just so we can see exactly what plants we're using. It still looks okay during the winter, it's just that everything is a little bit more dead, so it makes it a little bit difficult to do the landscaping, basically. So I prefer to do landscaping during the summer. I do the same for autumn houses as well. I think spring houses too, because spring in the game actually looks quite dead, to be honest. Like, the plants are not fully there yet. Especially at the start of spring in the game. I feel like that's not what spring looks like in real life, but I might just be romanticizing everything. I'm not really sure. I think there's a lot more flowers though, but it might just be my mind. So anyways, we are doing this during the summer just to make it look a little bit easier, but the Christmas tree does look quite out of place, not gonna lie. Like, I even chose the swatch with snow on it, so it looks extra out of place right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So for the landscaping, I decided to go for a lot of green plants, so mainly bushes. I used some of those hosta plants from Cats and Dogs as well, because I figured they would just look a little bit better during the summer or during winter, because the flowers kind of go full on dead. They're just twigs, to be honest, so I figured if I used some more bushes, they would probably look a little bit better. So, but the few flowers that we are using are pink and also red to go with the whole theme of the house, of course. The pink was just to soften it up a little bit, also because those flowers, or those pink flowers that I'm using, are actually considered bushes in the game, so I'm not really sure what they look like during winter, but I think They probably look like twigs too, to be honest. And then I also found some snow pals in the debug category or in the debug catalog. So I actually have Faye build those two and I sized one of them up. You can see that in the thumbnail screenshot as well. So anyways, but that's about it. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. Do let me know if you want to see more Christmas builds here on the channel. I'm definitely up for doing more. The one that I'm doing on Twitch will be uploaded to the channel at some point, I hope. It depends on how much footage I end up with, to be honest, but we'll see about that. But do let me know if you want to see more Christmas themed builds on the channel, because I'm definitely up for doing more of them. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!